Really and truly didn't play our best. Made made some mistakes offensively that really hurt us. Graded out 25% on our chart, which is not very good. It means we had too many mistakes. Turned the ball over twice offensively, once on special teams. Anytime you do that against a good football team, it's going to be hard to overcome it. Kind of stayed in the game with some explosive plays on offense. Was able to score some points. Probably left 21 points out there on the field. And then defensively had a hard time getting them stopped all night. Had one turnover and then kind of stopped them right there before the half. But besides that, had a hard time. Give credit to them offensively. They're pretty big. I mean, up front they got a big offensive line that gave us some issues. Obviously, their quarterback played well. Running back played extremely well, and so overall, just too many mistakes to get the win on the road last Friday night.
You talked about Midland Legacy last week and saying that their record doesn't stand for the actual talent that their team has. Going into this next week or this week with Odessa Permian, are there some similarities you see from that Midland Legacy team that you could maybe prepare your team for that Permian team on Friday?
Yeah, I think so. Permian, obviously, a good team also. 7-1. Their one loss to Legacy, and they turned the ball over several times, which hurt them. So they're real similar to Legacy. I mean, very big, athletic, strong, good-looking team. Obviously, little difference schematically, offensively. Permian's more of a run-base option type attack. Really good up front on their offensive line. Got two guys over 6'5" and 300 pounds. So definitely have a big group. Quarterback runs well. They got some good skilled kids, and so very talented, similar to Legacy.
Mentioning you said your team left around 21 points on the field last game. What are some things that you think your offense can do to make sure that y'all aren't leaving those points, y'all aren't having to turn the ball over on fourth down?
Yeah, we got to play better in the red zone. This last week, we kind of stalled a couple times in the red zones, whether it was penalties or drop balls. That was an issue again. The game reminded me a lot of how we played against Abilene Cooper, real similar. And obviously, we lost both of those games, but we made some of the same type of mistakes where, sacks, drops, penalties, some things like that really hurt our team. Which we hadn't done the last 4 weeks. And so we just got to get back to playing clean football. I mean, that's really and truly what it's all about. We gotta stay away from penalties. We got to stay away from the drop balls and the turnovers. And when we do that, when we stay away from those things, when we're executing sharp and we're playing sharp, we're pretty good offense. And so we just got to continue to try to play clean. And I wish I had the magic formula for that. And when you're dealing with 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, sometimes you never know what you're going to get. And so, we just got to try to get back to the things that we did the previous 4 weeks.
Sitting tight for a four-way tie for first place in District 2 6A. Talk about the strength of the schedule that y'all have, but the energy that your team comes in with every week, and y'all are finishing off the year with a tough schedule to go forward.
Yeah, for sure. This last 3 games, toughest part of our season for sure. I mean, we knew that coming in, and we played some really good teams up to this point, and done some good things up to this point. But obviously, Legacy had a really good team Friday night. We felt like going into the game, we had a good shot at it. We knew we were going to have to play good, and we just didn't quite get it done. And it's going to be the same over the next 2 weeks. Permian's a really good football team. They're playing good football. And then Friendship as well. I mean, you look at Friendship and their record and some of the things they've done this year, and they've obviously got a good football team too. So last kind of 3 weeks here is going to be a big challenge for our team, but I know that our guys are excited for it. And obviously we're disappointed we didn't get the outcome we wanted against Legacy, but they're excited for the next opportunity.
Defensively, like you had mentioned, you really only got a couple stops on like at the end of the half, and then pick up the end zone. And then like in the first half, it seemed like it was just they were running. There was trouble tackling him. You'd be in position, maybe have a chance for a tackle, you break away. And then it seems like on third downs, had him at 3rd and long, they would always have that pass play 15, 20 yards downfield. Of course, he's pretty good at picking things apart, their quarterback. But first, talk about just how hard it was on 3rd down and why you had so much trouble kind of getting 3rd down stops.
Yeah, just offensively, they have a really good football team. You look at their size up front. You look at their quarterback, who's a Division I player. He's got several offers. Their running back was, probably better than advertised, or maybe better than what we anticipated watching him on film. He ran really hard, had some good speed. They had really good receivers all across the field, and when you have a good offense like that, similar to ours, I mean, sometimes it can be hard to stop, And so, you look at the pass protection that the Davila got the other night. I mean, we had a hard time putting any pressure at all on him, and we tried to mix it up: 3-man pressure, 4-man pressure, 5-man pressure, and tried to give him some different looks. And really, their offensive line, you got to give credit to them. I mean, they did a good job pass protecting for him all night, and then. They were bigger than us, and so they were able to open up some running lanes for their running back. And so, when a team's good like that, sometimes it can be difficult to get a stop.
Second half, it seems like they did a little bit better, I guess, to run on the running back. Did y'all make any adjustments there, or was it just better tackling?
Yeah, we made a little bit of an adjustment going into the second half. We tried to get another guy in the box a little bit closer to the ball, and that helped us a little bit. And at the same time, when you do that, you're a little bit more vulnerable to the passing game. So it's tough. Like I said, I mean they're very good offensively, and they've scored a lot of points this year, even on Judson and Steele and some of the teams that are in the top 10 in the state. And so we knew they were good and had a dynamic offense. And so. We were hoping that we could get some turnovers, get some stops in some of those situations. Just didn't quite get it done.
And defensively, they did a better job of anybody so far of bottling up Bobcat in the run game. He did escape once for a long touchdown. They got called back, unfortunately, for y'all. But what did they do to kind of corral him so well?
Yeah, they did. I mean, they played good defense. They got a good group. They got a good unit. They got good skilled kids, and so they were kind of had eyes on Tyler, which rightfully so. I mean, he's hurt everybody we played, scrambling and getting around the edge and doing some of the things that he's done throughout the course of the year. And so they had a real specific plan to try to get him stopped. And really he had a couple. The one long run that was unfortunately called back on a holding, but he was able to throw the ball pretty well. He was able to get some yards scrambling, just not the amount that he's maybe gotten in the prior weeks. But you got to give them credit. I mean, they're certainly a good, talented defense and did a good job of containing him for the most part.
And looking ahead this Friday, Permian, always a big game. Probably your biggest rival. Everybody gets up for this game, fans, players, everybody, and it's tied for first place with them and 2 other teams. How important is this game? And do you think it's a better matchup just against their offense with the style of offense they're in?
It's a important game, because it's the next game, and so our kids are excited. I mean, our kids are always excited to play at home, and then when you get to play Permian at home, that's even better. I mean, our kids tend to get excited to play, and the town gets excited, and all that stuff. And so we're looking forward to the challenge. I mean, obviously they're a good football team, sitting at 7-1. They've done a lot of good things throughout the course of the year. They are a run-heavy team. I mean, that's what they want to do. Their percentage run pass is higher running than passing, and so you're looking at us throughout the course of the year, and the teams that are a little bit more run-heavy, we've played a little bit better against defensively, and so played the triple option attack several times, and had some pretty good luck against Midland High, and so we're looking forward to the challenge again. I mean, it's certainly not going to be easy with their size and their speed, and then some of the things that they do. It's certainly not going to be easy, but like you said, I mean, we generally play well at home. Our kids generally get up for the Odessa Permian week, and so we're looking forward to another challenge.
And their defense, if you just look at like points per game or points allowed, is the best in the district. Would you agree that they are the best that y'all played this year, or at least in the district?
Yeah, it looks that way. I mean, they certainly look the part, and they're big up front. They're long and rangy and got a lot of speed, and so they're doing a lot of good things on defense as well. So it's going to be a big challenge, But when we do things right offensively, when we execute, when we don't have penalties, when we don't have our drop balls and things, then we got a really dynamic, explosive offense too, and so it should be a good matchup between the two teams.
I just have one more question. Those few games that y'all have dropped, your team has seemed to come back each week even hungrier and hungrier, getting the win the following week. Do you think, going into this matchup, a big rivalry or even just the atmosphere around Permian, do you think it's giving them a little bit more drive and motivation and hunger to come out and being at home to take home the win?
I think so. I mean, it's coming down really to the end here. I mean, we got 2 more regular season games and then hopefully the playoffs. But something we talked about this weekend with our team is, I mean, you really only have 2 more opportunities for sure, and then hopefully more. But this is the last couple times you're going to get to play with this group. This is the last couple times this group's going to be assembled, and so I think we're motivated just to play for each other and to try to stay together for as long as we can. It's a tight-knit group. It's a good team. We've had a lot of good energy this year, and so I think they're hungry just to continue to play, and the fact that it's Permian, I mean, that makes it even better, and so. Like I said, I mean, we got to put last week behind us and try to move on to this week, and certainly try to get better. Because one thing I felt like last week is that we didn't really improve as a football team, and that's been our goal every single week is to try to get better. And I don't think that we did that last week. I don't think we accomplished that goal, and so. It's our goal this week to really try to improve and get better, and hopefully if we can do that, then we'll be successful.
There are a lot of reasons to be motivated for this game, obviously. I mean, lots of reasons, but one of them is, despite an ugly loss last week that I'm sure everybody is really disappointed in and not feeling good about, you win this game against your rival, and you go in next week and you can win the district championship. Is that kind of one of the things you're talking about?
Yeah. I mean, for sure. I mean, they certainly know where they stand in the district, and they certainly understand the district, the rankings and all those things. And we're still fighting for a playoff spot. Nothing's locked up yet, and so we're still fighting for that. So they know what's at stake. I mean, they certainly know they're smart kids, and so. Like I said, I mean, we're just trying to get better and control what we can control. So we can't control Permian or Friendship or anybody else. We got to control us, and so we've just got to show up every day and try to continue to get better. And so hopefully we can do that over the next 2 weeks, and hopefully into the playoffs as well.